Wasted so much time on people who should've just been ignored. If I slow down now, I'll pump the brakes. What was it all for? What was it all for? What was it all for? I'ma make this shit count though.
To work for £1, like nah. Oh,
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
cancelling all my subscriptions. Like I'll keep Netflix. Everything else gets cancelled.
So your journey is pretty new then. How long have you've
Yeah.
actually been self-employed now then?
So since November last year. Yeah.
Congratulations.
So kind of backstory is, so when I was the firm I left, I was like running a team in a specialist taxed area, and I thought, I think they gave me like a really high target. I beat the first year's target, then they gave me a second year's target with no budget for new people. I was like,
Oh
well,
gosh.
that's doesn't really work for me. And I thought, well, actually, I could earn what I get paid for there after tax for myself and take home more money. Plus, especially because I know how the tax rules work. I mean, I don't need to be making millions to be able to get paid what I get paid now.
Indeed.
And I thought it would just make sense. And you kind of factor in what my appetite to risk is, which is quite high. I was like, I'm going to go for it. If it doesn't work, I'll go to another job as a last resort. But until then, I may as well make it work.
And that's excellent to how old are you?
35.
So it's good that you're doing it at this age rather than waiting longer.
Yeah, I wish I did it earlier, to be honest. I wish I did it when I had my city centre flat, I had hardly any bills. Whereas now, got a bigger house, mortgage, got a
Yes.
family, adds a bit of
Yes.
pressure. But then I was talking to my friend who runs his own business, and he kind of said to me, "There's never really like a right time. You either do it or you don't." I was like, just do it.
It is, and also pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
you're either going to sink or swim. And as you say, with family, house, food, clothing, and shelter, that's first. So you're going to do
Mm,
what's necessary to excel and succeed. And you're very young in the journey. You're very young in the journey. 5 years time, Nathan, when we have this conversation again. I'm excited to see where and what position you're going to be in at that point.
thank you. I think
Most
it's going well so far. So I think I've got no doubts.
Indeed, indeed. But as I say, you'll be surprised, man. You'll be surprised. Being diligent, being consistent, and putting yourself out there. Your social media presence is very good. I like the stuff that you do in the little shorts and stuff. It draws people in who as you said before, you've got some strange people who have these titles of accountant, and they're not doing half of what they could or even should be doing.
Mm,
And people
yeah.
accept that and say, oh, well, the accountant's only costing me 100 or 150 quid a year. Okay. What's he doing for you? What's the
Yeah.
benefit?
It's quite scary because I've had meetings with prospects before, and they say, "How much does your fee cost?" I'm like, "Okay, it costs a couple of grand based on what they want." And like, "Oh, I only pay this person £400." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, I would not let anyone handle my taxes for 400 quid." Like, what? That makes no sense, like at all. Like, what? And then, but I suppose it's people's attitude to and what they value. But I'm like, absolutely not. If I was Caddington who's managing my taxes, I want to make sure I'm paying them enough that I notice it. So I'm like, what have you done? What have you done for me this month? What have you done for me? Like, nah, doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, it's value. It's value. And you pay for what you get ultimately. You pay for what
Yeah.
you get.
And I think as well, one of the issues with the industry and accountancy is that anyone can call themselves an accountant. Whereas you compare it to, like, say, a barrister or a doctor, you have to have your qualifications. Like, as an accountant, anyone can call themselves an accountant. You don't have to do all your exams, which kind of, on one hand, it means there's people out there that aren't qualified and shouldn't be doing anything. But then on the flip side, there are great accountants out there who aren't qualified. So it's a bit of a messy one.
Yes, it's yeah. Yeah, experience is king, and some of those, as you said, the latter, have a lot of experience, so and have become good accountants and are
Oh
able
yeah,
to be
definitely.
provide robust records, etc. Whereas you say it's the others who are just literally skimming by, nothing happened. Oh, an investigation here. Hey, no problem. I'll try and help you as much as you can, but remember, it's all on you, mate. It's all on you.
But yeah, you do hear some horror stories about one of my close friends had a business and he got investigated because basically the accountant was submitting returns on their behalf, getting refunds, all made up, just all made up. So I think that person's gone to prison or is going to go to prison. But yeah, literally, friend trusted her to manage her books. Accountant was just taking money, HMRC, straight
Wow.
fraud. Yeah,
Was it just that one client potentially? Well, based upon, I would imagine it'd
nah,
be
wider.
multiple. Yeah,
Yeah, wide. I think HMRC reached out to my friend because they're aware that they were doing it with other people. So I think it's quite a big case. But yeah, outrageous.
the love of money,
Yeah.
the pursuit and love of money. Money is a unit of exchange that
Mm,
affords us opportunities to experiences. That's it, man. That is it. Like, come on, people.
that's
That's awful. That is. That's
crazy.
awful. Yeah.
You've got people out
So,
there doing that, and I'm losing sleep because I didn't reply to my client's email. That's good. Like,
but
whoa.
that shows the dedication, man. That shows the hard work. That shows that you are, as I said, dedicated to your craft. And
Mm,
it's not just numbers. It's not just client C124. It's Mr. So and so, and that's what his business
yeah.
name is. I could tell you what he does. I can tell you what he's. It, it just brings that level of professionalism and what all people, even down to someone flipping burgers in McNasty's, as I refer to
Mm,
it, they should be taking pride in that. That is their
yeah.
job.
This episode is sponsored by Supreme of the UK. Click the link in the description and support the broadcast.
That's the thing, because I get asked sometimes what I would be if I wasn't an accountant. And I have no idea what it would be, but I know it would be something helping people because ultimately I don't really see myself as saving people tax. I see myself as helping people. So in some capacity, I'll be helping them do something.
Yeah,
You have to take pride in what you do, especially if, I mean, we're all humans. You kind of need to owe it to each other, not to rip each other off, really.
definitely, definitely. Well, do unto others as others would have do unto you, which is written in that book. I think it would be nice if more people took that kind of ethos. I think the world could be a little bit better if we just, looked after our neighbor or looked out for our neighbor and
Mm,
just thought about doing the right thing rather than just being in a little bubble. It's all about me, Nathan.
yeah,
I don't care about you. I just need to get where I'm going, kind of thing. Um, but we can only be optimistic and positive in that respect. So future plans, where do we see this organization going?
I think I want it to be a big hats firm. I want it to get to a position where I can stand back and do other things, whether that's investing in other companies, helping other businesses, really getting it to run itself. Like get a team in, train them up, they can deliver services just to free my own time up really. Because ultimately what I want is an easy life where I can just dedicate all my time to family really, making sure that they've got the best life. And while money's helpful, time is even better. As in my little girl, as in she doesn't really care about what we've got. All she wants is my attention.
Is time with you?
Yeah,
Time with
she doesn't
daddy?
care. Attention.
Yeah. Mm. And you're getting it. You're getting it. There's people who are in their 50s and they haven't got that eureka
Mm,
moment. Like, yeah, I've got to work and stuff. But the most important thing is getting building up that equity, however it may be, where I can physically manifest the time with the
mm,
children, with my wife, with my husband, if it's a woman, you know.
yeah,
Those are the most important things because we can't buy time. We can buy a lot of things.
that's the thing.
Time.
And time's always ticking. Like there'll be a time when my little girl doesn't want to talk to me anymore. But she's got her own stuff to do.
She's in that phone. She's in social media and all
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
yes, that time will come. So the longer that takes, the less time I'm going to spend with it before it gets to that point,
Mhm.
which is quite a good motivator. But yeah, we'll get there.
Challenges. It's all challenges. Well, look, I'm happy. And as I said, congratulations for making that big step trustfully. You will be the beacon of light where someone else can say, as I've said, look, Nathan's done it. I remember Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try a thing. Like, I can possibly, get out of the quote unquote 9 to 5 and actually do for self,
Yeah,
you know.
I think the earlier you start as well, I say easy. I think the earlier you start before you have like big overheads, that's probably the best time because you can go all in and you have less pressure. But then flip side, as you said before, more pressure, probably get better results.
This is it, and also not to go mad. I mean, we're talking about pressure and stuff, but not don't overladen self with high and lofty goals. Definitely have that in the back of your mind. Aim for the stars. And trustfully, you'll just get past the hemisphere, but
Yeah,
be realistic. Set those short term, those long term goals, and also just think about the re-evaluating of those goals, because halfway there you might think, you know what, with the experience and where I am now, that's not even a goal anymore. What's my new
yeah,
goal?
yeah. I heard a saying before, I can't remember who it was from. It kind of says what you don't want is you kind of don't want to lean your ladder against a wall, climb it, and then you realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. I mean, I think I butchered that quote, but something along those lines,
I get
which
it.
kind of says that you need to make sure that what you're aiming for is actually what you want. You don't want to get halfway
Yes,
there and realize, well, actually, I wanted to do this over there.
yes. And waste, and again, my cup overfloweth rather than being half empty. I always talk about experiences. So sometimes putting your ladder on that wrong wall enables you to gain certain experiences. So when you put it on that right wall to climb up that ladder, that prior experience has fortified you enough to make those 12 steps to get over that wall and to look at the pretty field and look at the utopia that you've created with sweat, with determination, with doggedness, charisma sometimes, no luck, but just
Mm.
hard work.
Yeah, I agree. And I think as well with even if you do something you realize you don't want to do it, that's your feedback, isn't it? Now you know what you don't want to do, and hopefully that gives you a steer on what you actually want to do. So it's always useful. I wouldn't never say I'm wasted time. It's always a feedback. But I suppose
Lessons.
yeah, lessons. Yeah, absolutely.
No losses, just lessons. We don't lose. Maybe you might lose like, a hat or a coat or something like that. But within losing that physical item, you should have made it earn that lesson or learn that lesson. Be careful with your personal possessions or you're going to lose them, right? So as we wind this down, sir, two last questions for you. Have you had fun tonight?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Very last one for you is, please tell us who you are, but don't tell us your name.
Okay. So I am an ambitious individual who wants to create a future for my family that will live longer than me so they can look back and understand and realize that it was all done for them.
I like that. Oh, I've got one more for you, and I should have asked you this at the start. Lineage-wise, where are parents from?
Parents from England, grandparents Jamaica.
Good. Okay, okay, yes,
Yeah,
Windrush era. Yes, 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 yes.
yeah.
The Big Island. Give thanks. Okay. Throw out all the social media, website, all those good stuff, and I'll make sure I put the links below in the description.
Excellent. So find me on Instagram, which is Nathan LW88, where I kind of throw out free tax tips. I'm also on LinkedIn, where I also throw out free tax tips, but that's more geared towards like your bigger companies who want to save massive amounts of tax. And
SMEs?
also SMEs, yeah. So anyone who has employees of more than 50 and above, the big ones there. But yeah, I'm about. Twitter, I don't use it. I just lurk, so I won't
Yeah,
bother
no,
giving that out.
for business, I don't, yeah, there's no point.
Twitter's like my light entertainment. It's just so weird. It's just so weird.
Yeah, I refuse to call it X. Yes, Twitter.
Yeah, it's Twitter. It's Twitter forever.
Definitely. Well, definitely, it's been an absolute pleasure, and as I said, much success for the future. Looking forward to the journey, and check out the comments below. Not the comments, sorry. Check the links below in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. And if you have needs, the man is here, business-wise.